You are now listening to Cryptid Cocktail Party. Creatures, let's meet for a drink. It's a treat. Join us in the fight. Cryptid Cocktail Party. Cryptid Cocktail Party.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cryptid Cocktail Party, a show where we have a few drinks, share a few laughs, take a dive into the unknown. I'm your host, Dave, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Sarge. How's it going, Sarge?
I am fucking fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
You know?
It gets better than trash, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the world is on fire around me, but I'm okay.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing okay, despite
I'm disappointed
the
the
world.
rapture didn't happen. There were some annoying dickheads I was really hoping I wouldn't have to deal with anymore.
Dude, that was a fun day for me. I just kept going up to different coworkers and be like, "Oh man, I'm surprised you're still here." It was good.
It appears your God has forsaken you.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, I mean, this isn't the first rapture I've lived through. There's been
There's been so many.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as far as like publicly well-known raptures, I feel like this is one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, and you know, it kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like nobody was talking about it until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember one of the first raptures I lived through. I forget what the group was, but there was like billboards and shit for it.
Oh, yeah. And I was so happy when it didn't happen. I was just eating their tears.
Was it like the late 90s? It had to be like the 2000s maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like mid 2000s actually.
Yeah. Oh.
And they sold all their shit, which is hilarious to me. You fucking idiots. You morons. I don't even feel bad for you. You're so stupid that a rapture was coming and your first thought was, better get some money.
Yeah, what are you doing? What do you need it for?
Fucking idiocy. And they're fucking over everybody else because they're like, oh, it's going to be the rapture. You can't use that shit anyway. Ha dummies.
Yeah, but they can't use the money.
Right.
So why do they just give it away? A good godly
Makes no
Christian.
sense to me. None whatsoever.
Just give it away. Dude, Facebook Marketplace was popping off in the weeks leading up to it. So good.
I wanted to buy all their shit and then sell it back to them at a stupidity markup.
Yeah, didn't someone like sell their house and the girl who bought it was
good.
Like, and the girl who bought it was like, I don't give a fuck. I am not selling it back to her. Like,
yeah, right.
Why
also,
would you?
And the fucking Bible says you're not going to know when it's going to happen.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's context clues in the texts, right?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so. I think the Bible specifically says no man shall know the what is it, the hour or whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
But like when your own book tells you that it's not going to be possible for you to know when the rapture is coming, yet you still keep expecting it to happen.
Well, grifter's got a grift, baby. We all know how this game's
that
played.
and like it wouldn't be the first time that Christians ignored the Bible as they eat lobster and fucking cut their hair.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's in Leviticus. You're not allowed to wear blended cotton.
I know. I was just fucking with you. Don't mansplain the Bible to me, all right?
I'm Christian-splaining it to you.
Oh, is that a play on words?
Yes, it is.
I love this. I love this for us.
I like that the religion that I'm named after is the one I hate the most.
All right, Sarge. Well, luckily today's episode is not about religion or war or grifting. Maybe there's no grifting in this, I don't think.
What the hell are we supposed to be talking about then? You cut out all the fun shit.
I know. There's also no mobs of armed, angry villagers in this.
God damn it. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week.
I know. But this is something that you will enjoy. I think we've talked about it enough on the show, and I did say that we were going to eventually do an episode on it. So I figured, what better time than now?
What better place than here?
Exactly.
All right.
All right. So memories, Sarge. We all have them. I'm sure you remember things from time to time.
Periodically.
Yeah. But how do we know if what we're remembering is the right memory we're remembering? Because remember, memories can be tricky, and sometimes our memories or what we think we're remembering aren't memories at all. Or maybe they
I know
were.
what this episode's about. God damn it, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
But now you fucked me up, Sarge.
I'm sorry. I just got really excited.
Well, let me get through at least a paragraph before you interrupt me.
All right. I thought you were done because you paused.
Because I have to breathe.
Well, that's your fault. You shouldn't be breathing. Breathe in your own time. This is Cryptid Cocktail Party time.
Yeah, so I get talking Mandela Effect. You fucking dickhead.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, but you didn't let me get to the thing.
Just don't get to the thing. We'll take it from the top.
No,
It's the magic of editing.
we're past that now.
All right.
So everyone listening is, I'm sure, one way or another, familiar with the Mandela Effect.
Except for Nelson Mandela. He died. For real this time.
He was alive when the Mandela Effect started.
Right. No, I know.
So he had to have been aware of it at some point. Maybe he was also like 90. So
Yeah.
but you're familiar with it, right? Obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm a victim of it.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll find some new ones in here for you to be a victim of. So I figured what we would do is we go back to where it started, go over some of the more well-known examples, so on and so forth, theories, all the stuff that you've come to know and love when we talk about these types of things on Cryptid Cocktail Party. So you with me?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Also, big shout out to Da from Logo Lore with Da. I got a lot of information from his TikToks because they're bite-sized pieces of information that I can easily digest. So this whole Mandela Effect conspiracy, I guess you would call it. It was all started by a paranormal researcher, go figure, named Fiona Broom. Fiona had a very vivid and very specific memory of Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. And it wasn't just some like vague thing that she thinks she may have heard in passing and it just kind of stuck with her. Like she remembered this shit in vivid detail. Like she recalled watching TV coverage of a massive state funeral, somber newscasters reporting the event live, massive crowds of mourners, and speeches delivered by world leaders. And she even remembered like the way she felt during it and the way like the world felt, like the collective grief felt by everyone that, you know, the type that comes when any beloved figure like Mandela passes away.
Right.
The only problem here is none of that ever happened.
Right.
Nelson Mandela didn't die in prison in the 80s. He was released in 1990. He went on to lead South Africa as its first black president, and he did eventually die in 2013 at the ripe old age of 95, which is crazy considering I'm sure many people were trying to kill him and he just fucking was like, nah, dude, I'm gonna ride this shit
out. I'm gonna outlive all of you.
Yeah, so good for him, man. Yes, but back to Fiona. So in 2009, after learning Mandela was very much still alive at the time and hadn't in fact died nearly 30 years earlier, she was at a science fiction and fantasy convention because, of course, and she brought up her memory of Mandela dying, and to her surprise, she discovered that she wasn't the only one. Other people at the conference said that they remembered exactly what Fiona did, the same funeral coverage, the same speeches, even the same sense of loss. And these weren't like half-formed thoughts and bits and pieces of information these people were recounting. Like these were like crystal clear memories of an event that never actually happened.
Right.
So after this realization that she wasn't alone in having this false memory of an event that didn't happen, Fiona decided to do some digging. She created a website that documented these like bizarre cases of large sections of the population misremembering the same detail or event. The only thing she needed now was a name for this phenomenon. And since the whole thing started with the false memory of Mandela dying, she dubbed it the Mandela Effect. So if you're wondering where the name came from, it came from a paranormal researcher who went to a science fiction and fantasy convention, which is how all good names begin.
I kind of feel like Mandela got the short end of the fucking stick here because there are people in the world right now that only know his name because of someone's broken brain.
Yeah, and not for like the amazing things he did when he was alive. Yeah, no, it's I mean,
a man who genuinely suffered for the good of human beings
Yeah.
throughout Africa.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, well, no, I thought it was Berenstain Bears.
He's much like Lou Gehrig's in that way. But
Oh, God, yeah.
yeah, but once the site launched, submissions started pouring in from all around the world. People began sharing other examples of things that they were absolutely 100% sure they remember correctly, only to find out that they've been wrong this whole time. From small things like brand logos to movie quotes to things like massive historical events like the funeral of Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Over time, these shared false memories started piling up. And for some, like who were experiencing it, it was kind of unsettling, and it left them thinking, like, if so many of us remember something in the exact same way, how could it not be true? Because like I said, it wasn't just the death of Mandela that people were misremembering. There are dozens of examples of people experiencing this effect. You ready to dive into some of these examples?
Let's fucking go. I love this shit.
So, for instance, the most famous being the Berenstain Bears versus the Berenstain Bears. So, I'm not going to lie, this one fucked me up because I grew up reading those books and I would have sworn, like, gun to my head that it was spelled Berenstain, like Einstein with like an E in it. But turns out it's actually spelled Berenstain with an A, which is just preposterous, and I refuse to believe.
No, it's Berenstain. I don't care what anybody says. That's how I remember it.
Yeah, and it always will be. The other more well-known one is the 90s genie movie Shazam, featuring famed comedian Sinbad. Now, with this, people remember like the cover, the plot. Some claim they even remember specific scenes, even though I've never heard anyone even recount a single scene from it. But there's no movie that there's no evidence that this movie ever existed. Like, there's no copies of the VHS. Sinbad has said that he hasn't done a movie like this.
Right.
No clips online or like syndication on TV. Nothing. You can't find it on demand. This one, honestly, I never believed this one. I don't remember a movie, but I do have people who have told me that they specifically remember this movie, and I think they're crazy.
See, the thing is, like with this one, you remember in the 90s when everyone wore those stupid pants?
Yeah.
That's what I think it came from.
Well, so I didn't put this in the script, but I know where it came from. It's a conflation.
Oh, okay.
It's a conflation between the movie Kazam with Shaq, but also Sinbad did dress up as a genie one time. It was for like a telethon or something. It was something. It was like a bit for a thing in the 90s. But we'll get into theories and all that stuff later.
Okay.
Then you have the cornucopia in the Fruit of the Looms logo, which never existed. You also have
this one fucking got me for sure.
You also have the Monopoly Man having a monocle that never existed.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's not real. Looney Tunes, spelt tunes, Tunes, like in music, and not tunes as in cartoons, which you think it would be the logical fucking spelling because it's a cartoon.
Right.
Here's one for you, Sarge. Instead of telling you what it is, I'm going to ask you this. What is the question that the Wicked Queen asks the mirror?
Who's the fairest of them all?
Well, like, what's the beginning part of that?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Wrong, Sarge.
Really?
The words mirror, mirror is never said in that movie. It's magic mirror on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you bet you feel like an idiot.
That's just me being stupid.
But people remember it being mirror, mirror. And everyone still says it as mirror, mirror.
Yeah, it's all repeated that way. It's the same thing with, oh, well, you might cover this, so I'll hold my tongue until you.
Is it the Luke, I am your father?
Yeah.
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 No, I didn't put that in there because that's whatever. Another movie quote, this one kind of got me, that people claim to be a Mandela Effect, is in Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter never says, hello, Clarice. The line is actually, good morning, Clarice.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That one fucked me up because I could have sworn it's hello,
That
Clarice.
fucks me up too.
Yeah, not great. And the list goes on and on and on. So what's going on here? Why are we misremembering these things? And why is it that so many people are also misremembering these things? Well, here's the thing. One of the biggest misconceptions around memory is people think it acts like a camera, that our brains perfectly capture events and replay them just as they happened, only later. The reality of it, though, is that memory is reconstructive, not reproductive. Every time you remember something, your brain is pretty much piecing it together like a puzzle, and oftentimes pieces are missing from that puzzle, so your brain fills in the missing gaps with whatever it just arbitrarily decides fits in that hole.
Right.
Over time, those filled in details start to become just as real as the original ones. So when you or someone else swear the Monopoly Man had a monocle, it's because your mind is combining the memory of Milburn Moneybags, which I learned is the Monopoly Man's full Christian name, with similar images of rich cartoon men you've seen elsewhere, like Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smith, better known as Mr. Peanut. I also learned that that's his Christian name.
Don't assume Mr. Peanut's religion. That's his government name.
Whatever. But he has a monocle, so you might just be conflating everything together. So our memories are reconstructed and pretty much just can't be trusted. Another mechanism our brain uses in our memory-making arsenal is something called confabulation. This is just a $10 word for your brain just making shit up without you realizing it.
Yeah.
Because our brains, they pretty much hate incomplete pictures. So when there's missing information, it'll just plug something in there that seems plausible so that the memory feels whole. Like, for example, Febreze. Febreze is only spelled with one E, and that looks weird. So our brain goes, nah, that can't be right. So it'll basically just like auto-correct it to Febreze with two E's because that makes more sense to us. And from then on, you'll quote-unquote remember seeing the wrong spelling, even though it was never spelled that way to begin with. Does that make sense?
Hate that.
Does that make sense, though?
Because you just keep describing things that are actively happening to me in my brain right now. How the fuck do you spell breeze with one E?
I don't know. It's Breze. Are you looking up the spelling of Febreze right now?
No. Say that again.
Breze. Febreze.
So that's two E's.
Yeah, but it's EE that people think it's spelled Breeze.
Okay.
You
All
wrong E that you're thinking of.
So then three E's.
Two E's in the middle where you would expect two E's to be. How's that?
Right. Okay.
Another reason that people might be misremembering things could be the misinformation effect. This is what happens when your brain updates a memory with something wrong, with some wrong information after the original event. Like, for example, let's say you and a buddy went to a show and you swore that the band closed with like a specific song, but later your buddy says, oh yeah, that show was fun. They ended with this other song. Now, if you keep hearing their version of events enough times, your brain will start to rewrite your memory, and now you will remember seeing them play that other closing song that your friend said they played, even though that never really happened.
Right.
It's the same way that like rumors spread, and the more it's repeated, the more it feels like it's true.
Yeah, like the game of telephone too, even a little bit.
Yeah. Or like how for some reason we all just knew that Marilyn Manson got his bottom two ribs removed to suck his own dick. I don't know where that came from or how.
I think that's falling more into rumor territory, and we just kept propagating the rumor.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the same. Like we repeat enough times, people just assumed it was true.
Yeah.
Okay. Even asking questions in a certain way can change how you remember certain things. Like if I asked you, "Do you remember this black hat?" instead of "Did you see a black hat?" your brain will be more likely to falsely recall seeing the black hat, even if there was no black hat.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're suggesting it. And the power of suggestion can be very strong.
Yeah. Also, our brains, they just love patterns. Like, we have a mental template for like how things are supposed to be and look. And when details are fuzzy, our brain just defaults to that template. Like with Curious George, he's a monkey. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
I hope so.
All right, so you're following. Monkeys have tails. So even though we have never seen a tail on Curious George, our brain just fills it in automatically.
Holy shit, he doesn't have a tail. What the fuck is happening right now? Am I having a stroke?
Maybe. I don't know.
What kind of dickhead makes a monkey without a tail?
I don't know. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fucking blow your mind right now.
You fucking blew my mind.
But it's the same thing with names. Like Berenstain matches common endings to names like Goldstein. So Berenstain doesn't fit that template we have, and our brain fixes it for us.
Well, it's also weird.
It is weird. It's not a common name.
The Bearstain Bears. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It's still preposterous, and it's Berenstain. It always will be.
I'm not saying it the other way. That's dumb.
And then there's just straight up conflation. Your brain taking two or more memories and smashing them together into one. That's
Okay.
all that is. But this is all just woke liberal science, if you ask me, Sarge. Okay, I did I did my own research, and here's some
I was hoping you would do that.
Here are some theories that I think can explain what's really going on here. One, we slipped into a parallel universe. This is like the big theory surrounding the Mandela Effect, and it's really the only plausible explanation, if you ask me. You see, in our original reality, Mandela died in prison, Sinbad made a genie movie, and Berenstein was spelled how it should be. But some unknown event caused a split or a possible merge in timelines, and now a portion of the world's population retains memories or absorbed from those different timelines. And the evidence for this is pretty sound, Sarge. Sound as fuck, if you ask me. It's the people's memories, Sarge. That's the proof, okay?
Okay. Yeah, because our memories are infallible.
Yeah.
Which is why I always know where my keys are. Always.
Yeah. As we just learned, our memories are perfect. And this theory is perfect because technically you can't disprove it.
Right.
So it's kind of the perfect theory.
I do have something to add here.
What
The
do you
minute I realized we were talking about the Mandela Effect, I love YouTube, but I don't like normal YouTube. I like fucking weird YouTube, like Sovereign Citizens. I love watching these idiots get owned when the police finally just arrest them and bust out their window.
It's fun.
I don't like it when police are violent to most people, but when someone is so confidently wrong, it is like a nice byproduct. So there's a guy from Canada named Mark Parhar.
Well, what was it? Mark Parhar? Parhar?
Parhar.
Love it. Awful name.
Oh, Mac. M-A-K is his first name.
That's even worse.
It doesn't matter. He's dead anyway.
Yeah.
So what happened is Mac, aside from being a moron in a number of different ways, he was on this show debating, I think it was Flat Earth.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you can't be a sovereign citizen and not be full-on stupid.
Well, yeah. I mean, the two kind of go hand in hand.
And so he was making an argument, and this is when I learned this theory that you're talking about. He was making an argument that they were changing the letters in our books so that words that we thought were spelled one way were spelled another way.
Sarge, you might be getting ahead of yourself.
All right, I'm going to stop talking then. But look up Mac Parhar and all of the stupid things he did, because his final act of stupidity.
Did he go up Bill Cooper style?
No, he's not bright enough for that kind of an exit. What he actually did was he refused to accept that COVID was real.
Yeah.
And therefore took zero precautions and then died of COVID.
Well, yeah, that's, again, sovereign citizen, flat earth. Obviously, you got hit the trifecta with COVID denial.
He did us all a favor.
Yeah, it all tracks.
Some problems solve themselves.
Yeah. Another theory that is also 100% plausible is that when the Large Hadron Collider at CERN went online in 2008 and just started smashing particles together at near light speed, it just sort of straight up broke reality. I'm
mildly open to this theory, actually.
Yeah. Some think that by ramming atoms together at breakneck speeds, CERN accidentally ripped a hole in space-time or merged timelines or reset the universe itself. This theory is kind of all over the place. And that maybe the Mandela effect is just the side effect of one or more of those things happening. Again, there's no evidence for this, and the energy levels at the LHC are nowhere near what would be required to quote-unquote destabilize reality. But
that's
I mean,
what they want you to think.
That's exactly. I was just about to say
that. Great minds think alike.
Other theories that people love to connect to the Mandela effect is that we're living in a simulation, and that some of these glitches we're experiencing is just like quality of life patches or like bugs in the code. Some even take this further and suggest that whoever's running the simulation is just fucking with us, like subtly changing small details to see how we react to them.
Well, if I could speak on the behalf of humanity, can we remove the MAGA update? Because it really hasn't helped anyone.
Well, maybe we don't know what's coming. maybe maybe the next expansion pack is gonna be fucking bonkers, and you just haven't got me. You know, it's sometimes it's like a GTA 5, GTA 6. It's gonna take a few years before,
Okay.
but when it comes, you better be ready, baby.
I also want to know what update led to mullets coming back, because I would like for those to go away as well.
People are having fun with them.
They're the worst.
That's fine. Then you have what is probably the most paranoid theory of them all, and that is that the Mandela Effect isn't just faulty memories or parallel worlds or time travelers fucking with us, which is another theory that we didn't get into. No, Sarge. What's really happening here is that the world's most powerful entities, like the government, corporations, shadowy elites, are rewriting little details of history and pop culture to mess with our perception of reality. And for what reason? Control. If they make you question something as simple as a logo or a line from a movie, how much easier would it be to manipulate your beliefs about bigger things? Now, in conspiracy forums, this is known as gaslighting at scale. This is a conspiracy that starts at the top and goes all the way to the bottom, with some people accusing Reddit mods of being agents or bots that are working to shut down any discussion on the matter and discredit the believers. One viral post said, quote, 90% of the main Mandela Effect sub is AI or government employees trying to cover up the truth, end quote.
Amazing. Amazing. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, obviously.
And you're crazy for not thinking that.
That's what I'm saying. Now, again, of course, there's no evidence for any of that. Plus, like, the logistics of, like, secretly altering every copy of every book, movie, ad, or logo worldwide it's a wild concept, to say the least. I feel like it's harder than most people would think. I feel like people don't realize that conspiracies on a mass scale just don't work.
I feel like the people who believe this have never led a large group of people before.
I guess. I don't know.
Because you would know immediately how impossible it is for every single person in that group to maintain the same message.
Yeah. Or keep the secret. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's impossible.
I feel like a conspiracy of more than like 4 people, even then you're pushing it. One of those people is going to say something to someone.
There was a university in England. I know it's one of like the really big prestigious ones. I just can't remember the name of it, but they actually have a mathematical equation that talks about, or that disproves conspiracies simply by dividing the time.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, determining the time that it would take for a conspiracy to get out to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
And it's divided by the amount of people in that organization. So for instance, I think with the moon landing, it basically would have taken like 6 months for that to get out.
Yeah, because there's so many people involved. Like,
yeah,
it's fucking stupid. But in reality, the Mandela Effect, it's literally just that our memories are garbage and not as reliable as we think they are. False memories are a very well-documented and well-studied phenomenon. And when you scale them up across millions of people who grew up with the same like pop culture and shit, you get the Mandela Effect. It's not like reality shifting. It's just now that we have the internet, more people could talk about how they forgot something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the name itself pretty much shows how this works. Like I said, Fiona Broome, the woman who coined the phrase, she remembers every detail of Mandela dying, the news coverage, the speeches, the crowds, and so did dozens of others. But there's a perfectly mundane explanation for her memories. In 1977, South African activist Steve Biko actually did die in police custody, and it was a massive international news event. Add Mandela's real-life like health scare that he had in 1988, and then later the funerals of other prominent South African leaders, and it's pretty much just the perfect recipe for a Mandela Effect situation.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, no one's jumping timelines. They were just blending overlapping real events into one very powerful false memory. It's source confusion and confabulation working in sync, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So the Mandela Effect is real. It's just in our heads. It's not a glitch in the matrix. It's just a glitch in our garbage brains. But what makes it feel like it's something bigger is because it's not just you that misremembered some fucking shoe logo. It's that millions of other people did too, which makes it feel like it's evidence of something bigger when really it isn't. But there you have it, Sarge. That's an episode on the Mandela Effect. I don't really know what the point of this was, but it was fun. I had a good time with it.
It was fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like sometimes we don't have to solve a thing or get to the bottom of it. I think, frankly, the Mandela Effect, it fascinates me because, I mean, we just saw in this episode, there's still shit that's happening to me. Like, I could have been, I would have bet every dime I had that Curious George had a fucking tail.
Yeah, right. That one got me.
That blew my mind. Like,
yeah.
the Fruit of the Loom logo, too. I could have sworn it was a cornucopia. I also believed that Sinbad did Shazam until, of course, the Mandela Effect became popular. Berenstain Bears was another one that got me. I never thought Nelson Mandela died, so, but maybe I was a little young for that. I mean, I was just a little boy in the 80s, so I wouldn't have known anything about that anyway. But it's interesting to know about and kind of, because let me explain. When I was in the military, I was in the military police, and I got some training on like police work and stuff like that. And one of the things they kind of beat into your head is that memory is very faulty. And so you can't really completely rely on eyewitness statements, which is why, every time there's an active shooter situation, you're going to get people who say, oh, there were 2 shooters.
Yeah.
And almost every time there's not 2. And it's just because people's brains work crazy, especially in a traumatic situation. And so you misremember things all the time.
Yeah.
So you can't rely on eyewitness testimony alone in most cases because it's nearly impossible for you to accurately remember enough to go beyond a shadow of a doubt in a criminal case.
Yeah. Or, remembering the name of a couple bears.
I don't even remember people's faces. Like when I see like mug shots and they're like, keep an eye out for this guy. Good luck. I'm probably not going to remember. I could talk to that guy right after looking at the mug shot and I probably wouldn't put it together.
But it was fun. I feel like, I don't know. Mandela Effect it's funny, but it's so fucking stupid. It's just
the fact that people believe, so this guy, Mac, he honestly believed and said this multiple times that he believed that they
the shadowy
were changing the books in his house somehow.
Just specifically the ones in his house?
Well, like everybody's.
Okay.
And I'm like, bro, like we can't even fix potholes. Why do you think that they would put all of this effort into doing this to you?
Control. We went over this. It's basically gang stalking, but on a massive scale.
How and why? Because control is not enough for me.
The Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah. That's just what it is.
Excellent. We've wrapped it up.
You said we didn't have to solve it. I think we just did.
I think we did.
I think we
Georgia
got
Guidestones.
Georgia Guidestones. All right.
Well, we'll never have to deal with Mandela Effect again because they got blowed up.
Is that the end? Is that the end?
The end.
Love it. All right. Yeah, thank you so much for listening, everyone. And if there's any Mandela effects that I missed, or if there's some fucking crazy one that you think we should know about, hit us up. Maybe we'll do an update on some of the crazier ones, or even the crazier theories. If there's more theories out there, let me know. Because we didn't even touch on all of them. I just chose my favorite ones. Yeah. So if you like what you heard, leave us a 5-star rating and review. You can do that wherever you can. Follow us on Instagram, Cryptid Cocktail, TikTok, Cryptid Cocktail Party. I think that's all I got. Sarge, anything you want to plug before we sign off?
You can follow me on TikTok too. I am at Sarge the Destroyer, or you can follow me on Instagram, Sarge the Destroyer. I'm pretty much Sarge the Destroyer on all the socials. Just Google it. I'm the only idiot who's using that name. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I guess with that out of the way, do you want to say goodbye and I love you to the audience?
Hey, goodbye. And I love you, Berenstain Bears.
Cryptid Cocktail Party. Cryptid Cocktail